Hey guys.
Alright folks, we're here today to check out the latest from Patreon, the poll winner of the week. The one that finished in numero uno, Legion of the Damned. New song, new video. They have a new album coming out, I believe, in May on Napalm Records, and the name of the song is Beheading of the Godhead, which is a little bit redundant. Yeah, just saying, just keeping it real. Now, I know you're still a huge fan. You still listen to Slaves of the Southern Cross. Are you hoping for some of that magic? That's your favorite song from them. So
I feel like that was the first song that...
I think that's the first song you heard.
Yeah, so obviously it stayed with me. I think the most thing I like about this song is just the intenseness of it. So I'm hoping that this has...
The same
energy.
The same vibes? The same energy? Okay, there's only one way to find out. It's press play, and let's fucking rock and roll. So far, so good.
Oh, and the song playing after.
Slaves of the Southern Cross.
Then that song, the fucking, the chorus of that song, the
Which one are we talking
Slaves of the
about?
Southern
Okay,
Cross,
okay.
the chug, and then that guitar is so stinky. It's like I don't know how to.
It's like your shoes after the gym.
Exactly, like dude, it's such a I don't know what it is. It's like a cheese that has a bad smell but a good taste.
Like
it's
my
enticing.
underwear after an 8-hour
That's
flight
not
to Portugal.
no, because I said a cheese that has a bad smell and a good taste. It's repulsing with the smell, but it's enjoyable with the taste, and that's what it is.
Okay.
It's enjoyable but repulsing. Like,
All right.
it's so good. But
But what
so
about
bad.
this new one?
This one, it gave me some of the energy, but the chorus is very I wouldn't say catchy, but I'd say
Memorable?
Memorable, yeah. Which is something that I'm really about, especially with the last one. It was very memorable. This one, super memorable chorus.
I'm happy that they went. First of this is the first thing I want to say. I'm happy that when they go with that more stop and go part of the track, you know, like it stops and then it kind of goes. And I'm glad that they didn't do it just once, because it's really jarring. The first time that it happens is really jarring, because the whole song is very fast forward moving, and then when it pauses, it's like you're really pumping the brakes like really hard. You know, like you're going 100 miles an hour, and then you something slam on the brakes. I'm glad they didn't do it just once and then it went back again into it, because that would be so jarring that I don't think I could get right back into it again. The fact that they do that repeatedly actually makes that whole part easier to process and easier to digest, considering how fast the song moves before and the song moves after. So when it first happened, I was like, ooh, but then it was like, oh no, this is not just a one-time thing. It's kind of like it's hitting me multiple times. The fact that it hit multiple times, it made that work better, in my opinion. If it was just one time, it'd be like, what the fuck? Why are we fucking slamming here? Let's just fucking go. But the fact that he gave that stop and go multiple times really worked well. I want to say that because immediately when the first time when it happened, it kind of like, it turned me off a little bit.
Off guard, but
yeah, but then I the fact that they repeated got me back into it.
After hearing it again and again, it's like the sense of purpose. It has a sense of
Yeah,
purpose.
it has more of a sense of purpose. It's not just like
thrown in there.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like you know, a breakdown in the middle of a metalcore song, like, you know, that comes out of nowhere and just hits you once, and then you never, you know, there's no other breakdown on the track. And I thought maybe that's what they were gonna do, just to have that one pause there, and then just go back at it again. You know, like some songs sometimes even the sound and everything stops, and then they go back at it again. And depending on where you're putting that, sometimes it works, but sometimes it really doesn't. It just creates this empty void. In this case, it's not, because it repeats itself, and then it comes back again. So the fact that there was repetition around that makes it a little bit makes it easier to digest. And then the once you go through it once, you kind of know it's coming, so you're better prepared to deal with it. So, but first time it caught me off guard. So I gotta say that. Anything else you want to add?
The song was good, man. I gotta say, it's a band that first time listening to them when I did, I wasn't the biggest fan of the genre. Like I wasn't, you know,
Back in the day,
I wasn't head deep into the genre, but after listening to them, this was like my exception type thing. But dude, it's still good now. It's still.
I find that with them, two things that are really good. One thing you already mentioned is the stunk in the riffs and in the sound, like it's just filthy.
If you haven't listened to that, the Slaves of the Southern Cross, their song, in the chorus, that guitar, I don't know, man. It gives you like an O face. Like it's just so repulsive, but it's so good.
But in this song has a lot of like that same style approach. Not obviously not the same sound, but same style approach. So to me, this band, the two things that always jump out at me.
This one, it has a riff and then it goes.
No, there's heaviness, but then there's a melody on top of the
there's a melody. There's a melody that comes and then it gives you that chug. And there's a melody that comes and gives you that chug. So it gives you that same experience as the Slaves of the Southern Cross. It gives you a melody, then a chug, then a melody, then a chug. But for some reason, even though it's not building up, and it doesn't seem like either one is getting heavier, with the back and forth motion, you feel like something is coming and it's getting, you know, bigger.
It's that climax that's about to happen but never really happens. So you're always right.
You're edging yourself.
It's right at the tip. It's right at the tip. It's about to come. Anyhow, so that to me is one of the elements that I really like about this band. The other element I really like about this band is the vocals.
Yeah, the vocals.
Because I love those. The vocals are as dirty as the fucking guitar sound. like like they have this dirt to it, like this
rustic.
Yeah, like this, like almost like evil, but like old man living in a cabin in the middle of the woods, evil that kills people and eats them, kind of evil shit. But on the outside, it looks like just everybody's grandfather. Like, it has that kind of vibe to the vocals. It's just dirty. They just have dirt all over them. Like, I mean, I love it. And when you have those kind of vocals and then you have that guitar sound, that overall sound that they have, I think that's a marriage made in hell, if you will. It's absolutely perfect. A couple of things that I thought this song had that I really enjoyed, but I wasn't expecting them to be that way, at least coming in. I really like the unbalanced definition of the drums. And what I mean by that is that it's not a one-size-fits-all approach from beginning to end. They're very balanced throughout, but some moments, there's some pockets, when the chug comes after the melody, the drums are fucking heavy. Like, really heavy. And that time is perhaps the heaviest moment that the song has. It's when you really feel like, wow, fuck, this is a heavy song. Because outside of that, there's more melody than heaviness. The vocals add heaviness when the melody is going through, but I really enjoyed the drum sound. I thought the drum sound was really good. Guitar-wise, I enjoyed the dynamic that the track have, but then those vocals to me is like the cherry on top. Like, I just enjoy I really like that vocal style. Yeah, it's heavy enough that you can still understand it. It's dirty. It's grimy. Yeah, it's evil. It's all these different things.
When it comes to heavy vocals, it's not heavy, but it's because it has so much seasoning on it with the grit and the dirtiness that really gets not only.
And it's not super low.
No, it's not super low. So you can understand
what he's saying.
You can understand what he's saying, but it also helps. The music helps it get across even better.
Yeah, I agree. But it's that mid-range. It's like it's not like low, like
well,
really
it's not low
to the ground.
It's not screaming. It's in the middle.
But that's what I think. That's what helps also the guitar sound really propel you forward, because the whole song lives more in the middle. I mean, there's some moments where the drums get so heavy that bring the mood down. But outside of those moments, the song really lives in the middle. It's not a song that's like, light as a bird, but it's also a song that's not like, bringing you down to the mud. Like, it's not bringing you all the way down. It kind of lives somewhere in the middle. And I think that's where they always are with their sound. And I think that's why their riffs, their guitar sound, it becomes so hooky. The chorus may not be the hookiest choruses, but overall, the sound, the chugginess, the melody, that's where the hooks are.
Yeah.
The hooks are not necessarily like vocal hooks or like melodic hooks in the way the chorus hits. It's more the overall sound that they provide guitar-wise that hooks you to their tracks. It's really guitar-centric metal. Like it's guitar-centric in a good way. Like, it lives off of the guitars, but the guitars don't completely overshadow everything else. There's a moment there where the bass kind of popped in. It was really cool. You got to hear a little bit of a little nice bass line coming in a little bit more. Everything kind of faded out enough so you could hear that bass pop. It's the only moment in the track where the bass comes through. So they still give everybody kind of their 15 minutes of fame sort of way for you to feel what everybody's adding to the overall sound. I really like this track. I really like this band. So I'm happy to see a song like this as a single.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, I think we're done.
I think we're good.
All right, and this song was voted by everybody on Patreon. Well, not by everybody, but by the majority of the people on Patreon voted for this as number 1. So thank you for watching. Thank you for those of you that voted and supporting us on Patreon. We'll see you all at the next video.
See ya.